the heap, where the price to get out can be so steep and your guilt and grief rarely let you sleep. Welcome to the heap, where human cargo have corralled themselves like sheep, and they have learned to quietly creep so as not to disturb your lives. But now that you're here, lend them your eyes, lend them your ears. Bear witness to what is true. Bear witness to the invisible, the beautiful, the collapsible, the criminal. Welcome to the heap. Your tour is far from complete. The anxiety is yours to keep. So be afraid, be very afraid. This didn't just happen today. Most of us are barely more than a paycheck away from living this way. Welcome to the heap. This home of hopelessness is more like a game of chess, moved piece by piece, these forgotten humans discarded to this heap. But there is something found here at the depths of our disregard, at the peaks of our own applause. What we find is a community designed for common cause, moving not so invisibly in plain sight. This is where some of our neighbors sleep at night.
Yesterday I took a walk. I walked the streets I know, I walked the streets I don't. I saw the park and the humans living in it, the ones who have no home. Where am I? Is this my town? This can't possibly be true. We have everything we need to live. I do. Don't you?
Don't let the creep of the heat deplete your humanity. Your sanity may contest your emotions like a simple game of chess. It's the hopelessness of being forgotten, begotten scion, handwritten sign across their chests, proclaiming themselves a little fool, invisible, due to a social guise of lies, eyes blind and fooling to what it means to be human. We are not criminals. We're not grotesque. Don't be invisible to the homeless. Don't be a sheep to outside voices. It's the choices we make that forsake the values that define us.
See the cafe on the corner? Well, I work for the owner. But every morning I'm a loner. Breakfast traffic has dropped off since this camp sprang up in this park off the corner. I need to figure out my next move. But that guy who panhandles, feeds his dog better than I feed myself.
Hey, man's best friend is his best friend because he won't judge. To provide for others brings its own reward. Sometimes we starve for others to eat. Sometimes we just starve. And sometimes we forget to eat without a friendly reminder. A true friend will offer a hand or a hug to help others overcome the problems of their day.
Yesterday, my daughter took a walk down this sidewalk on her way to school. I know, because I watched her the whole way. I'd be a fool not to. They don't go out for recess anymore. Her eyes are barely used to the sun. I called the police, the mayor. What else can I do? Run?
Everywhere else is overcrowded, and this is where the overflow fled. And true, people do look through us with signs of disgust, and some live up to those visions cast upon our lot. I'm not making no excuses, simply giving insight to lives that many don't see. It's the pain that we disguise as comfort because it's the only constancy we're familiar with.
I bought my first house 10 years ago now. One with dormers on the roof. At Thanksgiving, we put out husks of corn. It's where our first child was born. But I can barely stay here to tell you the truth. It was a federal home loan. 30 years, only $5,000 down. Over 120 payments we've made to that account. But the market says it's barely worth what's still due. Can't you see I'm screwed?
You lay blame at the feet of the shoeless. Meanwhile, the real instigators are the one. do. You lay blame at the feet of the shoeless. Meanwhile, the real instigators still continue to walk all over you.
Who are these people? What's their deal? I'm sure I really wouldn't care. Life's a bitch, and then you die.
Nobody said anything about being fair.
The heat. You might know it as your street, but how well do you really see it? Do you know someone that's in deep? Can you paint a picture complete in your mind, or is it invisible? Or some kind of indiscernible element where subliminal criminal intent takes hope from human beings intense to intense? I present to you an inscrutable game of chess between the day-to-day struggle to keep it all together and the #1, undisputed, undefeated champion of the world, shit. Yes, shit happens. I'm told shit happens somewhere out there to somebody every moment of every day of the week, 365 and 1/4 days of the year. Shit comes for us all, I'm afraid. And sometimes shit comes to claim what we used to define as human. There are forces looming unseen in the shadows that can pull a man's soul from his chest to the gallows, or bring your daughter's best friend's mother from the calm waiting shallows into the deep. It might creep or jump straight out at you as a deadline. You can't postpone this. One day you're sitting comfortably at home. The next you've got your engine running at 3 or 4 past midnight to keep the heat coming out warm when you're startled by a ding. That's your E-light, warning you it's time to pick gas, or mostly crossed off and shortened grocery list, more illegible scratched out lines than actual sustenance, anything that requires kitchen preparation, 86. Or worse, finding yourself hopeless and forgotten. But when you're feeling downtrodden or soaked through with rain, sodden in cold shoes, don't get lost in your despair or anger. Cursing the gods is old news. And frankly, at this point, it seems a bit redundant. Just remember, the old timers around here, they have a saying: go where the day takes you, and hope that the night doesn't.
Copy that. Another call from the deep. I've only been here 2 weeks and already I can see it's hopeless. Trying to talk sense into some of those people who choose to sleep in that camp. Vagabonds, drifters, hobos, and tramps. I've already lost a few nights sleep with a young lady with a translucent skin. So thin she's nearly invisible. Every time I try to make a little headway with her, remind her there's plenty of space at the women's shelter, her legs waver and become more collapsible than those tents in a strong north wind. What gives? I try to treat her with a kind squint in the corner of my eye that nearly betrays a smile, but she recoils as if I'm something vile and grotesque. Retreat a mile deep in her mind before I can protest.
I'm fine. No problem. Troubles? We don't got them. Besides, the night sky is truly interstellar. Please don't speak to me further. Believe it or never, this isn't the first time I've slept through blizzardous weather. The trick is to find a low-bowed conifer and wrap yourself around the base of the trunk as you shiver. It'll repay you with warmth. An unforgettable night. Maybe a sliver. So, you see, I don't need your help, officer. Now, get out of here before someone gets the wrong idea and takes me before the night gets its chance.
Wow, look who flew in. Wait, who are you? Who let you in?
Well, I'm Curtis with People Helping People. I just let myself in through the fence over there, and I've come to see if I can get somebody to help you manage your meds. Chili?
Oh, time to take my meds. Wait, did you say you were going to sell me out to the feds?
What? No, forget it. I'm here to see if there's any way that I can help you and show you you're not forgotten by Uncle Sam. I believe you'll qualify for SSDI. That's Social Security Disability Insurance. Could we fill this out together? It's minimal.
How can you read those lines that are invisible?
What? No, those empty spaces are for your information.
FYI. I was just kidding before. I heard what you were saying, but I really don't need any help with my medication. You see, I have a plan in place, and time to take my meds.
Okay, that's great. You see, if your condition prevents you from being able to work.
My condition is excellent. Jogged just under 5 miles early this morning.
No, your medical condition. Your illness? The one you take your meds for.
Oh, that reminds me. It reminds me that I'm supposed to be remembering something. Time to take my meds.
So the first thing they need is the date and place of your birth.
Oh, now that is a story worth hearing. It's a leap to believe it, but the labor was so long and drawn out that by the time I came out, I was asleep, dreaming.
Do you have an email you can access? Maybe at the library.
I've heard of this. Is this some kind of a phishing scam, or you the bait? Because I'm too smart with my money for any Nigerian prince to take.
No. Like I said, I'm Curtis with People Helping People, just down the street. Here, take my card. There's my name. See?
So what do you want from me?
I've come to help you get the benefits you're entitled to. It's my job. It's what they pay me to do. And I've helped a lot of other people, just like you.
Oh. Okay, well, thank you.
So, if there's no email to be able to apply online, we'll have to work through these papers. And the easiest way to ensure that you get your funds is to set up a direct deposit through the bank for the payments.
I knew it! Can't you see I've got enough problems of my own, you snake? Pick on somebody who has an account at the bank worth taking.
Enter the people who actually care, who want to help lift others up out of their seemingly bottomless well of despair. The walls are slick with age, thick with algae from bygone days, slippery with confusion and rage over misrepresentation on the news page. But these people, for whatever reason, are out to fool no one. Beautiful actions not cheap, intangible gains not ill-gotten. They dedicate their lives to investing in those we have forgotten. Their steep efforts often go unseen, their blood, sweat, and tears not perceived but real, reaping what they sow, giving back blessings they could keep, completing the cycle, bringing hope to the hopeless, not out of a desire to impress or win a contest, but out of an understanding of the humanity of people who, at this moment, happen to find themselves homeless.
Hello, my name is Ruth, and I'm with the Giving Church. I just wondered if you needed any help. Maybe you're hungry. Could I get you something to eat, or how about a coat? You say you can help? Yeah. But I've heard it before. You can help your own self if you open the door. There's no greater wealth that can nourish the poor than admitting your wrongdoings and accepting the Lord. Lord, please don't bother me. I looked up to the Father, prayed each night for an offer of peace, and instead I got shameful looks and cast out on the streets. And each day grew heavier. So, if you seek the author of my misery, look no further than he who is risen. He's turned his back on me, plain as can be. It's clear I'm not part of his dozen. So if you'll excuse me, I'll go where the day takes me, and plead with the devil that the night doesn't. Okay. So if you would just take a look at this, I'm not here for a missionary conversion. I'm just here as a duty to my Lord, Savior, and Holy Virgin to make sure that everyone is here is entitled to dignity and basic needs. I assure you, you are not the first or the last that I'll see on the streets of this city. And I promise you're not the only one who has walked in those same shoes. You have. Look, I'm just here with this information of resources that are open to you. Oh, and I've got a clean bottle of water to quench your thirst. know God can really fail and falter to live up to his image. But to make excuses for them, well, that's not in my power. I'm just here to, see if you want to come to dinner. It starts in about an hour. There are no requirements to attend a service or listening to teaching. It would just simply mean a lot to us if you join us in our evening.
I wouldn't mind something to eat, but the last thing I want is your pity.
The coins rattle off each other as they descend to the bottom of a tin can. She looks at me, but I feel empty. I know that I have a $20 bill in my jeans right now. But if I pull it out in front of him, it's a fight. Why would you give that to a stranger? Where did you get that? Are you hiding money? What else are you hiding from me? I wince from a slap avoided. As I turn, she catches my eye. In this moment, I am her, she is I. This shared reality reveals both sides of agony. Without four walls to encase me, a cold night engulfs me. I sleep with one eye open. A glimpse into my life. She sleeps near a knife. In the shadow of his jealousy, I rush off to catch up to him and leave her next to the curb.
You got love for everyone but me.
Instantly, I'm filled with anxiety. Don't piss him off. Go easy. Keep him happy. I whisper to myself quietly. Hey, tonight, I thought we could watch a movie. I back off. I walk next to him silently. Then my intrusive thoughts begin. I play the conversation over and over and over again until I see our house. It's not a home, not with him. When we get in, he's drinking again. Phone in hand, I know he's gambling again. Standing in front of the sink, water rushing over frozen beef. I stare out the window, I see that woman again. Her light pink coat, her fingerless gloves, her tattered backpack and sleeping bag. But it's the look on her face that I can't seem to shake. My thoughts are interrupted by his booming voice.
What do you think about now? So now you're ignoring me?
But it's too late. The sound of his chair, the creak of his chair, the sound of his stride. I can see him set down the beer can on the counter. I can see the cap to the 5th of Amsterdam.
What do you think about now?
It wasn't. I was just thinking. But he's not satisfied. Hours later, bruised and in the mirror, I pull down my long sleeves as he answers the door for the police. My mind travels back to her. The strength in her face, that look of defiance. But no, I can't. He controls all of our money. How would I get to work? What if someone recognizes me? I pull down my sleeves as I hear him call to me.
Hey babe, can you come over here?
In the mirror, I can see because he cares for me. It fit just like a glove. I roll up my sleeves and I let the police see the bruises all over me. As he's cuffed in front of me, I know I have to hurry. Stuff my life into a backpack, small enough that I can carry.
Why don't you just leave? 50% of women list domestic violence as their immediate reason for being out on the street. But I have a trick up my sleeve. If that woman is caring for a child, that number jumps up to 80. Obviously, the presence of a child makes that decision a little bit more easy. But the difficulty is not always about getting out from under the thumb of the sleazy abuser. Yes, the belligerent boozer may look rather dumb, but they're often quite smart for scum of the earth, running up their victims' credit card debt, beating down their independence, going to perverse lengths to isolate them from family and friends, even refusing to allow them to leave for work, removing absolutely any sense of self-worth until "why don't you just leave" feels more like "how can you?" And the familiarity of a beating becomes "nothing I can't handle."
Crippling debt is laying on my shoulders. Bank checks going out to the bank money holders. I don't know how it happened. I don't know how it came to be. I think I got all I need, and I'm ready to spring it free. And then I'm hit with one more thing. Car broke down, kid needs this or that. It's always something. I'll tell you one thing. It's good I ain't a dope fiend. Never been the type for getting numb and doing the dumb thing. Still, every time I find a balance and I'm gaining focus, I'm getting hit with another overdraft notice. Sends me into a tear. Why don't I have enough?
Why?
Kids hear the shouting. Getting scared. Guess it makes them tough. I work 50, 60 hours a week. I am getting paid and giving it back. Feels like I'm working for free. Worse than that, everybody tells me I should be so proud. It's something to be proud of. My back slumped, as if it were broken and beaten. Look at the blatant disparity, and then try to sell me that in the end, I make less than nothing. In fact, I make less than I owe more back. Better half of each check to pay the mortgage. Add gas, grocery, clothes. Lucky if I got a cent left. No insurance. So I ignore the pain in my chest. Rest assured my family will suffer more than pain in my death. No rest. It seems to me that's for the wicked. Bank loans and credit cards blown. I need them lifted off my chest. And as far as making my life more difficult goes, call me an expert. But I'm getting off track. Here I am at the cash money spot because my car is making a really weird noise. Chunka, 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 clack, clack, blow. And I got no safety nets left, so I need a stack, like right now.
Jay, even I'm getting a bit tired of seeing your face in here, man. Have a seat. Nationwide, 12 million people take out payday loans, and a third of borrowers average 20 loans every year. If we're doing the math, that's basically every payday. Designed to provide emergency liquidity, payday loans divert money away from consumer spending and towards paying interest rates, hurting both the individual and the economy. Not to mention most lenders charge 200 to 500% APR. A little less than half of lenders fail to pay back their loan within the initial 2-week period. And last year alone, there were 50,000 bankruptcies filed but a rate of 15% over 2 weeks can quickly balloon in initial principal from $100 all the way up to $3,785 in a single year. Good luck, my friend.
Oh, excuse me, I'm sorry, but, it looks like you're parking. Can you please move your car real quick?
I'll just be a minute. Wait till I get back out, will you?
I'm sorry, it's just, I'm kind of in a hurry to meet my kid. If I'm even a few minutes late, my ex will never let me hear the end of it.
I could have figured you're a deadbeat dad. I said I'll move it when I'm done. Maybe next time just fix your schedule. Let go of my damn hand.
Look, I'm having a really rough day, ma'am.
Who the fuck are you calling man? Let
Step
go!
away from her.
It's no problem, officer. I just need her to move her car.
This fool wouldn't leave me alone, and he grabbed me by the arms.
Okay, buddy. Put your hands behind your back.
Come on, I'm already late
I
to meet my
said,
daughter.
put your hands behind your back.
Hi, Jane. I apologize, but we got a call from your wife that you won't be in for work because you were arrested. I was just telling you how impressed I've been with your work, but I'm sure I don't have to remind you. It's in your contract that this offense requires termination. I'm sorry, but please come and collect your things when you get a chance.
Hello, Mr. Moore. This is your final notice that your past due payments plus fees are due by tomorrow, or we will be forced to begin the foreclosure process. Please call us back as soon as possible to make a payment.
James, where the hell are you? I can't believe you pulled a shit when you know I have to give that presentation at work. Oh, just get here.
Survival tip number 7. Save yourself a lot of hassle from thieves or police with these tips for less traveled, decent places to sleep. Industrial parking lots often have overnight shift workers parked, and you can blend right in. And rest stops are one of the few legal places you can sleep in your car for one night only, so keep it moving. An old friend you barely talk to with a big heart might let you crash for a few nights till you can get a fresh start. Just don't overstay your welcome, because word spreads fast, and the next person who lets you sleep on the couch might want cash. If you choose to sleep outside, avoid spots that are too exposed or too secluded, and be sure you think through all the possibilities that could leave you dead or wounded. But don't overlook the shelters or places of worship. Some of the safest places that will allow you to sleep include churches.
Hi, officer.
Ma'am, you can't sleep here.
No, I must have just fallen asleep.
Are you sleeping in your car?
No, I wouldn't be doing that.
Your pillow, blanket, and bag of toiletries make me think you might be living in your car.
You know, I could see how you would get that, but I was moving this weekend and I had to stop for gas and I must have just fallen asleep before I went home.
I'm gonna let you go, but it's illegal to sleep in your car. It's a safety issue. If you'd like, there are resources I can recommend. Some great organizations in the community to help you.
I appreciate that, officer. You won't see me here again, but I don't need any assistance. Thank you.
Do you have anywhere you can go?
I can't go back there. I'll call someone.
All right, change your mind. Here's my card.
Thank you, officer.
This is the most free I've ever felt, yet trapped by judgments cast on me by outward glances. Told I'm not good enough for $1, but here are some resources. The parks I used to play in have now become my shelter. Tall castles that used to make me feel like a king are now cold metal reminders of the magic that trapped me into believing this world would lift me up. When you're in school, they tell you you can be whatever you want to be. But they don't tell you that you could be homeless too. You could be cold, hungry, scared, rejected, alone, invisible. They don't tell you that being who promising future. A supportive middle-class family, education, opportunities, faith. But I'm queer, which created friction inside of me, shaking the foundations of my family. On a chilly September day, I'm sitting here at the Almart watching the world happen around me. Sometimes I feel like I'm watching from another dimension, like a ghost. I am a change in the orientation on the curve, less than those in their heated cars on their way to work. When your gaze is unobserved, the things people do will amaze you. I swear there was a man whose finger was so far up his nose, he was touching brain tissue. What really catches my eye is when I see ghosts like me trying to pretend they're alive. A car I've seen for 3 nights with the ingredients of a home, holding everything she owns, the brush running down her hair, the blanket, pillow. This is the moment before she is freezing, street sleeping, her soul depleted. This is right before the drop. But she'll find her freedom. She's at the peak, but it won't be long until I see her in the heat. Another woman, struggling to open the door against the force of the wind, looks directly at me as if she actually sees me. When this happens, your embarrassment becomes second seat to your desperation for survival. As she walks towards me, I stand up, trying to look non-threatening, widening my eyes but without hiding my pain. I say, "Ma'am, do you have any change you can spare? Anything?"
Excuse me, what did you say?
I said, "Do you have any change you can spare? I'm so hungry. Anything's appreciated."
What is your name, sweetheart? And how did you end up here?
I told her my parents kicked me out because I'm queer. Y'all know the story. Oh, and my name's Erin.
Hi, Erin. So is there a way that we could maybe keep in touch so I can know how you're doing?
I'm in disbelief someone would care to know how I was doing, and that she was listening to how I got here. That maybe I'm not invisible.
Is that an iPhone?
Yeah, I've had it for a long time. It only works with Wi-Fi.
Uh-huh. I feel like if you can afford an iPhone, then you can afford to get yourself something to eat. I don't even have an iPhone.
And again, I'm invisible.
Survival tip number 111. Washing up. Especially if you're trying to land or maintain a job, you're going to want to find a place to wash your face and ass. Because trotting up to the Allmart bathroom mirror gets old. And the looks from strangers who walk in on the scene get cold. Now, if you've got the transportation and funds, the value of a 24-hour gym membership cannot be oversold. They've got showers, a sauna or steam room. They've even got TVs if you're on the treadmill pretending to run. And if you're a little bit pissed off or overwhelmed with your station in life, a few rounds on the boxing bag can actually be quite fun. Otherwise, there's always the truck stop shower, though I might recommend some flip-flops or foot powder. And otherwise, you can pick up a pack of body wipes from the market, and a little bit of hand sanitizer will neutralize odor-causing bacteria underneath the armpits.
Hi. 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 Welcome to my home. As you can see, I'm not here alone. These are my people. Well, most of them, one or two I could do without, but I ain't got no clout to say a thing about a thing. You know that thing? Everybody knows that thing. 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 That. I have to take my meds. What was I saying? Oh, right. The thing is. I can't think. My thoughts are swimming. Yeah, they're doing the breaststroke, parting the waters of life, gliding through this moment of glory, standing here, telling you my story while I wander and roam and meander along, my brain going boom, 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 like that one song. That song. Time to take my meds. How did I get here, you ask? Living outside and sometimes in the shelter, trying my best to make sense of the helter-skelter of it all. I can't go back to the place that I'm from. People there don't like me, especially my mom. She's got her own water to tread. She can't deal with me. You see, I'm bipolar. I'm screwed up in the head. I wish that I was normal. I probably wouldn't be here, but then I'd miss all of these people who are so dear. They look after me like my parents never could. They make sure I take my meds and that I remain good. I don't know what I would do without this community of brothers and sisters and of those who believe in unity, of purpose. We're all just trying to survive in a world we didn't make, protecting each other from assholes on the take, and they 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 take. Time to take my meds.
Regardless of their path, most unhoused people struggle with their mental health. And it's not always a result of an imbalanced brain, but abusive, supposed loved ones inflicting that pain. Half of homeless youth have felt the strike of a hand that pushed them out onto the streets and into a life they didn't plan for. And half of them were victims of sexual activity that was forced. Let that sink in. We have a tendency to cage people with our expectations, boxing them in. But we are the creators of the box, not the boxes. Consider this the next time you trap someone with your assumptions. Getting back up on your feet can be difficult with all the hoops there are to jump in, and getting yourself off the street can take more than a little luck and a lot of gumption.
Ari, you're late again.
I know, I'm so sorry. I had a rough
Listen.
morning.
I don't mean to be insensitive, but if you can't get here on time, we might have to let you go.
I understand.
Are you okay?
Oh, yeah, no, I'm fine.
You know, you can talk to me if you need to.
No, I'm good, thank you.
Maybe you need a real man in your life?
No, I just got out of something serious. I just need a moment. Alone.
looking like that, we could be friends.
I said no. I didn't want him to.
Do we really need the police here?
This man forced her to have sex. That's a crime.
Did he rape you?
Not exactly.
So yes or no, Ari?
Not always, sir.
Well, if they didn't have sex, what's the issue?
Before we get into that, Ari, I still need some basic information from you. Where are you living now?
I'm. Never mind. This was a huge mistake.
Ari, I think you should file a police report, but know that filing a false police report is a crime.
Not to mention your poor coworker's name being dragged through the mud.
I'm sorry. I think I just misinterpreted. I overreacted.
You think?
Are you sure? There are resources to help you.
Unemployment.
This just all got way bigger than I intended.
So you meant for this to happen? What? For attention? Is this about your lateness? Ari, I don't know what to say.
I didn't want him to. I said no. I'm sorry again.
Survival tip number 227. Assign value to everything you own. That's how you'll know what to stash in the bushes or keep on you while you roam. But one of the most important things that you've got to own is toilet paper, because you never know when you got to go. Am I right?
Oh, no.
But it isn't just TP you've got to own, but someone you can trust. Trust me when I tell you a solid number 2 can truly lighten your path. Obviously, never trust anyone with everything, just enough. And speaking of trust and picking up a number 2, a dog might be a liability, but it can also give you a reason to keep on going. And from others, you might get a little extra bit of pity. Just shrink down when asking, be humble, be smaller, and if you're lucky, they'll give you and your little dog, too, $1.
I was born with a metaphorical hole in my heart. How do I fill it? What is my purpose? How can I help? I turn to God, who fills me with his love and wisdom, and I am inspired. How can I repay that love? I know I'm fortunate indeed. I know I am fortunate indeed. I know I am spiritually bound to help those in need. I give compassion and love and know to those who are lost. I give generosity and assistance with no thought of cost. And yes, my faith is my guiding light. That is important to me, but it's not my responsibility to convert those in need. I simply know that to give them compassion and love, my purpose now is to help those down low rise above. Don't you understand? They need a home. They need to be seen, to be loved, to be fed, and to be assured that they are most definitely not alone. To give of myself my desire to give is no ploy. To give of myself is my only joy. This is my purpose and soothes my soul to walk among the less fortunate is more than I can ever know.
In dark times, a little bit of light can go a long way. And the difference between frozen and definitely not warm can be the flicker of a flame. Lay your clothes out now when they're available. Even if it's hot out now, winter donations become less attainable. So if you must choose between freezing and cotton, it's better to sweat from your brow right now in a jacket of down.
Hello? Hi. Hi.
Hi.
I don't mean to bother you, but, you don't have to stay out here. There's a shelter right up the street. I can help you get set up there. Can I help you find a place for the night?
I don't need or want anything from you or anyone else. Everyone keeps saying they can help me when they don't even know what's going on with me.
Yeah. And I don't mean to bother you. It's just, I just wondered if, I remember you. Do you remember me? I mean, I know you know who I am. Everybody here in the heat knows Righteous Ruth. You were in my 4th grade class. Do you remember? I remember we would hang out and wait around after school. You and me, waiting for your mom to show up. And we would sit and we would have these conversations. Yeah, we'd talk about anything. And I thought, what if right now you and I just had a good old-fashioned conversation? I mean, I don't know what we would talk about. We could talk about anything. I don't know. What do you want to talk about? Do you need anything? Food? Water? A hug? And I've made it awkward. Like I said, we don't have to talk about anything. Nothing at all. We can just sit. I can just sit and not say a word and just be here, and I can go over there. If you need me, anything you need, I can just give me a holler, I'll help you. Okay.
She won't go away. What is with this day? No one will listen to me. No one will leave me be. I don't want to talk about how I felt. I am surviving. I'm making it day by day. What does she want anyway? Some type of church giveaway? Save someone in distress so she can tell my business? She says she can help me, but she won't even give me my privacy.
It all happened so fast. So many red flags I looked past. All the things I did to make it last. Make us last. Make the fantasy last. Make the high last. I wasn't always like this. I had goals and shit. I had dreams too. Plans that always fell through. I wasn't always like this. My dignity tore apart bit by bit. I wasn't always like this. Held captive in my mind by a man who isn't even mine. He tells me where to go, who to see. He controls me. Controls my body. I wasn't always like this. Police say if they had $1 for every time. Felt like a punch. And I wanted to punch back. But here I am, stuffing my life into a backpack. See, I told him it wasn't like that. I told him I didn't want more. He called me a whore. I said stop. He took more. I just focused on a spot right there on the floor. friend didn't believe me. Said I was adding to my count. Just another body, like I left mine. Well, he took his time from courting me with dinner and wine to ask me to do this just this one time. Go on, baby. It's only a line. Don't be a square. Leave that old life behind. You'll be fine. I'm here, and you are mine. He becomes less protective and more possessive. He asks me more and more favors just this one time. I silently cried. Shattered dreams and a body no longer mine. He doesn't ask, he demands. I comply. I've caught those hands. I wasn't always like this. What you see is a shock to you and me. I wasn't always like this. Too many, this is my last hit. Now, I look like this. Damn. People look at me like I'm translucent. I feel like I'm sharing a name with another me. Invisible, you see right through me, and behind, you see him. I wasn't always like this.
It's gone.
What's wrong? What'd you lose?
My wallet, my ID cards, everything, it's gone.
The heap is a dangerous place with dangerous people. A pretty girl like you needs to be careful where she leaves her things, who she trusts, and where she sleeps. Now, don't be afraid. I was just like you. I needed someone to look after me. All of us have found ourselves on Lady Luck's bad side living here.
I think I'll be okay. I just need to be more careful.
Yeah, more careful. But you have to sleep sometimes. You can't watch your back all the time.
Hey, the hell do you think you're doing? Take your trip somewhere else. Just take the damn bus station. And she no lonely lamb needed for wolf protection either. Ari, this is not a path worth walking. It'll only lead to more pain. You still have a ray of light inside of you that can get you the hell out of here.
How would you know?
I've been around long enough to know when somebody's teetering on the edge. Probably got that voice inside you right now telling you how easy it would be to just give in and stop trying. Probably one of how easy it would be to just give in and stop trying. To give in and accept a fate you know you don't want. But you got a ray of dawn within you that can, and you still have hopes and dreams that you still want to achieve.
And what would you know about my dreams?
I dreamt a dream once. Only if you told that dream wasn't meant for me. I believed it. And soon, my dreams became flashes of reality that I shouldn't and couldn't have. I found myself at a crossroad where my spirit shine began to flicker. Do I dance with the devil, make my descent quicker, or foster my light and consider not losing? It was at that moment that I decided that was worth choosing. So choose yourself.
So how do I make it through the night? How do I get my new day?
I'm going to ask somebody for help. Somebody that really cares. You know, sometimes we fall to see how hard it is to get back up. And other times, to see who's there to help pick us back up. I
for a bite. It'll start with a friendly face telling you they know a guy that can feed you, clothe you, keep you safe at night. When the Johns come out, they'll tell you it's just this one night, that all help comes at a price. One night becomes another, and then another, a never-ending tunnel with his fist at the end, what's between your legs, your only source of quote-unquote protection. 91% of people living on the street have been approached by the proverbial snake slithering. Opportunities for income, too good to be true, is what they promise to deliver them. Scam, fraud, sales of stolen goods are among some of the less evil deals to keep from shivering. Sexual favors or black-bagged and transported to faraway camps as free labor are some of the more slippery, sneaky, veiled offerings people unknowingly accept. 64% of trafficking survivors were experiencing homelessness when their only means left to get by was saying yes. They'll approach you when you're alone and at your most desperate. That's why it's important to always stick with a friend or hope against hope that someone's watchful eye is willing to defend.
She says she remembers me, but looks down on me with pity. Doesn't know what it's like to be me, doesn't understand me, sees my situation so shitty. She looks through me. Or does she? Maybe she does just want to help me. Damn, I really am hungry.
It's a pink lady.
Damn! A pink lady? Even I can afford a Honeycrisp. Be for real.
Ouch. Well, you know, the Honey Crisps were kind of picked over, so I thought, let's try something new.
And you went with a pink lady.
Yeah, that was a
I'm
pink lady.
just saying, maybe we could help each other because your produce picking skills are lacking.
Okay. And you know, Ari, I would love that. I would love it. This is good, right?
Okay, all right. Don't get all mushy on me. Maybe start by getting me a bed for the night.
Cool. Sounds like a plan.
Pink lady all over you.
Curtis!
Yes.
How come I haven't received my disability check yet?
Remember when I handed you that SSDI form? You stopped filling it out in section 5B and asked me if White Weasel put me up to that.
That doesn't sound familiar. I only know a white. Rabbit!
And remember when it asked for your social security number? You took all my papers and threw them in a puddle and said,
Now I remember you were gonna sell me out to the feds! Oh, it's not gonna be that easy, buddy. I'm not going down without a fight!
hey Jay, I've got your section 8 application all figured out and submitted to the PHA and HUD, but I think we should also get you set up with TANF through the Wisconsin DC app and then apply for SNAP benefits, at least until you find employment.
I appreciate your help, but literally, no one here ever understands what the hell you're talking about, man.
Well, it's a pretty simple dance when you know the steps. It's like a swing step. Triple step, rock step. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Gather the paperwork from government sites. Fill out the right documents with evidence. Submit and follow up. Oh, come on. Do it with me. Come on. Slow down a little bit. Ready? Here we go. Triple step, rock step. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Gather the paper. What's the matter?
This ain't for me. Just talk to me when you got something real. A couple of these clowns are really getting on my nerves.
You could try the shelter.
Hey, I told you that shit ain't for me.
Curtis?
No.
Curtis?
No. Listen, Aaron, you don't have a friend that you could possibly stay with, at least until everything's processed? Well, the ESG and the HAP, well, they might cover last month's rent and security deposit for your new apartment, but that could take a while. Besides, this place is not safe, and there's supposed to be a storm coming through this week.
Look at me. I'm free here, Kurt. Besides, these people have only ever treated me like family since
That's
I
my
got here.
family too.
Aaron, I've been doing this a lot of years. I'd do anything to help these people. Not every one of them is out to do good by their neighbor, if you know what I mean. Not to mention, you never know what version you're going to get on any particular day.
I appreciate the words of caution. Tell you what, when the storm comes, then I'll check out the shelter. Would that make you happy?
I wouldn't wait that long if I were you. How are you, pal? Come on, let's run. Oh, you know you want it. Just wait, come on. You can do it. You can do it. Come, get here. Let's go.
Another dance with the devil.
Did you check in with the Golden House yet?
I told you it's not like that.
I spoke with Tiana, and she said they'd be happy to take you.
You really don't get it.
But there's security and help.
I don't deserve your help.
Let's go on, Jamie.
What's up, Curtis? Summer, the heat of the summer is passed over the heat, and looks like the leaves of fall have made a nice bed for the white of winter to sleep.
I don't think the newbies are ready for winter.
Is anybody ever really ready for what comes next?
I'm starting to get worried about Belle. Could you keep an eye on her?
I
And
am.
then Jay, he could use a distraction. Maybe get him to play a game of chess with you or something, huh?
Listen, I'm no damn shepherd, Curtis. You know damn well she's not gonna sell them out. I don't even know why we keep going through this whole song and dance. Damn. I don't even know why we keep going through this. You've been here long enough to know that you're not gonna break the cycle. It just keeps going round and round like a never-ending
Dance.
dance.
2 steps forward. 4 steps back. Waltz 2, 3, gain trust. Wrong way to speak. Get attacked. I'm really just here to help them. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Learn the steps. Time it right. Some question if I'm here to direct them to some kind of government torture. It's hard enough to get medicine, and that's honestly pretty straightforward. As long as it doesn't get jettisoned as soon as they round the corner. Even my knowledge becomes an impediment. Some see me as a meddling peddler, a former uniformer. Another reason to suspect I'm in cahoots with the coroner. Sometimes I wonder, what am I doing out here, alone, adrift on an endless sea? I step into solutions that present themselves. Nobody's timing their steps with me.
$35,000 to do nothing. $10,000 to do something.
It costs the taxpayer $35,000 per year per inmate to incarcerate. $10,000 to get them off the street. That's 35 large to punish, impugn, correct, if I may. 10 seems small in comparison to give them their own place to stay.
$35,000 to do nothing. $10,000 to do something.
I wonder how much to give them some job training. Actually, I know. It's somewhere between 1 and 1.5K. Another 1,000 to teach them financial literacy so they don't fall prey to their same old mistakes.
35,000 to do nothing, 12,000 to do something.
And I can feel you're about to irritate with accusations I've had to vindicate 100 times.
What about the drugs?
You're right. There a problem lies. It costs on average about $13,000 to rehabilitate. That's $2,000 for medical detox, get the blood clean, the head straight. $6,000 for 1 month of inpatient rehab to mediate relapse to old ways. $5,000 for 3 months of outpatient rehab to help them recalibrate to their new life. Liquidate the numbers. And we're looking a little over $25K.
35,000 to do nothing, 25,000 to do everything.
So realize the real lies that lie in the argument to criminalize real lives. But who's listening to my cries? Don't mind me. I'm just the guy dealing with this every single day of my life. So I go where mine takes me and hope that I can keep another from falling victim to the night.
Well, old friend, looks like it's time to skedaddle up out of here. Not sure what will rest my head, though. Yeah, the over does seem pretty ideal, but I heard it's overrun by lambs, and quite frankly, I don't feel like teaching a bunch of newbies how to go about it. No. My own park stopped being safe a while ago. Plus, they trimmed all the bushes, so I couldn't stash my stuff where I wanted to. And they fenced off the river down by the warehouse. Thank you. No, the bridge is too damp. These old bones, they ain't gonna make it through the night. Dude, you know I liked you a whole lot better before you spent that day with Julie? You were way less confrontational. I mean, the silo is private, and the climb is harsh, and I hear it's windier than sin up there. Plus, last time the factory called the cops on me and I had to hide under a porch for an hour straight. I mean, you know, sometimes I wonder what decision I made to get here. Was it one of them, all of them, none? But I wonder, oh well, it's like my friend Aaron said, at least we're free.
Welcome to the Allmart. If you don't need it, we definitely got it. Sorry. See, I've had a few rough nights of sleep. The light on my charger kept blinking like the street lamp about to burn out, and that dog was barking at, well, nothing, as it turns out. I swear the mattress has gotten hard as the pavement, and I must have gotten up 10 times to check for water in the basement. Wife left the window cracked, and the wind was colder than hell, and a raccoon must have gotten into the neighbor's garbage can. You wouldn't believe the smell. Anyways, this day is kind of a wash. See, I can't seem to put space between two paragraphs of thought. I'm teetering on edge if you can't hear it in my voice, and there's a little bit of stress pushing me to make the wrong choices. This lack of sleep is really putting me to the test. I'd climb into that dumpster if I thought it would give me some rest.
When I was a kid, our family used to camp a lot. That was peace, freedom, away from home because home was a heap of chaos. And now a blood orange glow rests on half my face, and I think to myself, what is freedom if it isn't this? If it isn't being invisible, being unopposed? People look past me, through me.
until I have too many things and they can't forget I exist.
All right, everyone. I realize
I
the
told
difficulty
Not
of
today,
the situation,
motherfucker. I
but
told you.
we gave you 72 hours to collect your things and move on. Now we are here to dispose of any belongings left behind. Please allow us to clear out the park.
Food, shelter, water,
Here we go again.
warmth. We all need these,
Yeah.
but because we're homeless,
Yeah.
our needs are divisible by city ordinance.
You tell her.
The heap of tarps, cardboard, and hopeless humans that you call chaos are the only warmth I know, other than that small tin can with the blood orange glow. You give us 72 hours telling us we have to leave. You point us to call-ins, shelters, and charities, but until there's a bed, where do you expect us to sleep?
Yeah.
This heap is the only place I have to land, the only place I'm not invisible
I see.
and looked at past. What you call trash is a flag in the air saying, "We are here!
We are here! We are here!
So you see, we have no family, no one, nothing to our name. Only this park that you're throwing away. When you take all my things, I'll have nothing left, except for my freedom and another opportunity to tough it. So take it. I'll go where the day takes me, and hope that the night doesn't.
What am I supposed to do? Am I not human too? I'm here. I see you. I don't want you to disappear. In this heat, disease can leak. Cops don't want to hurt you. We want to help you. That's what we're here to do. Right now, I have this terrible job to do, and that's to move you.
When a slippery slope becomes a steep cliff, and you stare over the edge, the open air almost begging you to slip, as the walls pressing around you, threatening to box you in, that wide open horizon over the edge starts to look less like an affliction and more like a pre-written script, inviting you to skip town, slip down out of your responsibilities, that hold you trapped in a bottle with a neck too narrow for you to get out of. So when you see me, inside's on the out, and your mouth curls down in a slight frown, just remember, it's not such a long way down from that barely lower middle class clown show, hardly making it check to check, while, like dust in an unused corner of the house, your debt grows and grows!
Threatening to throw away my things like there's anything left that's my own. I don't even own these bones, the curved or straight lines. So, just like every man who's ever asked me, what's wrong? Just take it. I'm fine.
The truth is, the meds make me feel disgusting. A shell of myself lacking its most lustrous parts. When I was in that place, they were given my force. I thrashed and I screamed until my voice went hoarse, until I realized that that was the opposite of what they wanted. The key to getting out was to pretend that everything was just fine.
press bits of happiness into diamonds of hope, to share with those needing to cope through their stress and pain, to ease through their stress and strain, to ease that pain and let them see that this too will change. So keep a tomorrow in mind or risk feeling hollow. And please remember, where the day takes us depends on the path that we choose to follow. Michelle, I'll see you next summer.
People say they want to make a change, but there's some things they wouldn't rearrange. Don't want to give up all their fancy cars, 'cause they say they're for charity, community, but they keep the doors closed. I don't think I do know, I don't understand it. Why we keep on complaining, but we're not willing to fix it. I don't think I do know, I don't understand it. Why we keep on complaining, but we're not willing to fix it.
These situations are based on real stories related by real people who are experiencing homelessness or those working every day to be part of a solution. Nobody has all the answers, as you can see, and things are a lot more complex than they may seem. So I guess the point is to try and get past that stereotypical image on the screen, because real stories aren't about trials, aren't about heroes and villains, but trials of soul and triumphs of spirit. Take Ari, for instance, a victim of abuse and lack of self-esteem, headed straight for rock bottom. Like Belle said, troubles? Who don't got them? We can't boil it down to one single problem. Faces go missing but never make it to the milk carton, counting on the kindness of others when they're forgotten. Our humanity never dies, but it can get buried pretty deep inside. So it's much more than charity if you decide to give a little time. A reminder of what it means or costs to be free. You might find a reason to believe in we, and an understanding that we are all tangled up in this together to some degree.
If you feel called to be a part of the solution, we have everyday heroes here today with us in the lobby to help you help people like me get back on their feet.
Everyone says they want to make a change, but there's some things that they wouldn't rearrange. Don't want to give up all their fancy cars. They say they're for charity, community, but they keep their doors closed. I don't think I do know, I don't understand it, why we keep on complaining, but we're not willing to fix it.